Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and hope you're all okay, or you're right. From today I greet you actually, because I'm alone this time, from the beautiful Humber Bridge, which is just behind me here. So today I want to show you one of my favorite places here in the Hull area. It is called Humber Bridge Country Park, and it's like one of the most beautiful like urban forests, you know. It's like inside the city but not quite, and it's like a mini forest, you know, mini habitat just next to the city, which of course everybody can visit. So it's quite nice. Yeah, it's one of my favorite places. Like you can do a little hike inside. Fortunately, yeah, this used to be like one of the most beautiful areas here next to the city, but as you can see there's lots of construction work going on. So I'm just hoping the entrance to the park is gonna be open, because it looks like they're doing some flood defense works upgrade, you know, same like they do, I showed you back in the previous clip in my town in Victoria Dock. So I think we can get through there. I'm not sure. Let's go check it out. Yeah, looks like the beach path is open, so we're gonna go there. It's quite windy. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, but you can see it's quite a astonishing feat of engineering. They did this. If you can see this amazing span. So the beach is not exactly a nice place to walk. The Humber Bridge, Humber Beach, not exactly a nice hike, but it's okay. At least the view is nice. Let me see if I can get away from this wind a little bit. This is definitely windy on the Humber. Alright, finally found a spot where there's no more wind. So as you can see, yeah, it's beautiful, really beautiful bridge. And oh, there you go, there's even an info card here. So it's built somewhere in the 1980s, and I believe it was like something like the longest bridge in the world when it was first opened. 2,200 meters. Yeah, it had like the longest span in the world when it was finished in the 80s. So yeah, it's nice to be here. It's got a nice entry view when you enter the city of Kingston upon Hull, coming from the M62 on the A63. And unfortunately, yeah, in more recent times it's been in the media attention due to some unfortunate incidents. I don't know how else to call them. Basically, ever since the whole corona pandemic, Brexit, I don't know, the economy not doing so well, I guess, in UK lately. Several young people, you know, decided to take the final walk on the bridge and try their luck in the Humber River. I don't know. I'm really sorry to hear, but unfortunately, due to that incident, the Humber Bridge board, the management board, decided to close the bridge behind me for pedestrian walk and for cyclists as well. So I really think that's not fair, guys. It's not right. I mean, I sympathize with the victims and their families, but you know, closing and restricting access to pedestrians and cyclists, you know, people who commute on the bridge from one shore to the other, is not fair to them, because basically you're forcing them to pay for either you know, to use their own cars, or pay for a taxi, or pay for the bus, which you know, comes pretty rare. It's not exactly a viable transport option for most people. So you know, it's been happening like this for a month. It's not right, guys. You need to open that bridge, you know, install some safety gates, some safety fences or something. There's plenty of options. There's no excuse for that. Anyway, let's continue to the Humber Bridge Park. As you can see here on the entrance, it's got a nice mill, or what's left of the mill. Looks like this was the Hessel whiting mill. So I think that's how it was supposed to look. Pretty nice, yeah. So come on, let me show you the entrance, which is just there under that underpassage. And just like a fun fact to know about the bridge that I told you, besides being the favorite spot of depressed people to go on their final walk, it's also one of the biggest enterprises, private enterprises that is, in UK. Basically the whole bridge is a private construction, and they're charging you a toll to cross it. So you know, you don't see that often. Usually these kind of vital links are built by the government, not by private companies. So I was quite surprised, yeah. Usually in my country you will never see such a big construction being a private enterprise. So let's see what we got here. There you go. As you can see, it's already once you cross the first tunnel, you're already like in a different world. So look at this, guys. Beautiful, right? Just a minute ago we were on a busy highway, motorway in the city, and it's like you stepped into a nice, tranquil, secluded forest park, national park, which is like, you know, just 15 minutes from the city, and right next to the big bridge which I showed you on the river. So really nice, really beautiful, yeah. Let me know if you like it. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's just great to have such a beautiful secluded park in, like, almost not in the middle of the city, but almost there, on a short ride away. So yeah, good job, guys, whoever did the landscaping and the planning for all this park. You really did a good job. I'm impressed. This was like the first time we came to visit Hull, like way before we moved here. We didn't know back then that we were gonna live here. Our friend showed us this Humber Bridge Country Park, and you know, we were really impressed. Unfortunately, in my city, in Constanza, we don't really have any parks anymore, because the former mayor built a giant shopping mall in the biggest park. So yeah, I guess that's Romania. But yeah, in UK They really value their parks, and I really hope you keep this going, guys. It's a natural treasure you got here, and really nice, especially on a sunny day like this. Because if it's not sunny, unfortunately it's gonna be very wet and depressive around here, because basically all this area, especially the shores of any like the Humber or any other major river in UK, are basically swamplands. You know, because of the tide and all the large volumes of rain and water, they become like natural swamplands or floodlands. So I remember when we were last time here, there were like large portions. I mean, anywhere around this area, yeah, you couldn't walk because, you know, it was still flooded. So basically, whenever it rains, it goes back to its natural state, like being a floodland or swampland. And unfortunately, yeah, it's very nice that it's sunny today, because in the last couple of days, although it's May, it wasn't very nice here. It was like 24 hours to basically you know, started one day and finished the next day. 2 days of non-stop rain. I don't know if you can imagine that concept. When it rains straight for 24 hours, you don't see the sun, you catch maybe a glimpse every day and there, but usually, you know, it's not pouring rain. In the first day it was. Let me show you a little clip from our trip to the local furniture depot. So it wasn't nice, yeah. I was really glad to see the sun today when I woke up. Yeah, anyway, it's sunny now, so enjoy it. Because, you know, in UK, like I said before in my other clips, when you get a sunny day, you have to go out and enjoy it, because you never know when it's gonna be there or disappear, or it doesn't happen often that you're like free from work and it's a sunny day outside. So let's continue exploring. I think one of my favorite routes was around here somewhere. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, you really can tell that you're like next to the city, or even inside the city. Really peaceful and serene here. Look at this, like a tunnel of light. Yeah, look at the nice little wood sculpture. I believe that's like the king, so this must be the queen. And I guess they didn't finish the third one. Peace and quiet, that's all you need. So definitely a nice spot to disconnect, like from your worries, your work, crying babies, I don't know, whatever you got going on in your life that stresses you out. It's a very nice place. And yeah, as you can see, it's not like a huge park, but it's like definitely not small. It's definitely a large park. I mean, what I showed you so far was like the shortest and the main route, but there are like, you know, different secondary routes all around the park, so I think you can easily spend at least an hour trekking around. So, you know, bring the kids, bring the dog, let them loose, run around, and just basically avoid the muddy areas, because as I said, it did rain for 24 hours straight last time, last couple of days, so some spots are quite muddy right now. But yeah, most of the park is dry now. Basically everything where I'm standing now used to be like flooded, so you couldn't walk here before. Yeah, it was that bad back when, like, spring floods or autumn floods, not sure. Definitely, I would say roughly half the park was inaccessible due to the floods. So basically only that high ground route that was, you can walk on that carefully, and everything which is on this level here, it was basically, yeah, not accessible. You could not walk on it unless you wanted to swim. I think you can see one of the relics here. So even now, yeah, you see that bench. I believe, yeah, it was like on there was high ground. So basically, yeah, as I was saying before, this is all the place, you know, before human intervention. It used to look like this. So that was nature for you. Before mankind did a little landscaping to make the land more usable, and, you know, basically protect all the homes here in East Yorkshire, because there used to be like really big problems with flooding when the high tides and, you know, combination of flood storms and high tide from the Humber, because it's got like, the Humber, it's got a huge tide. It's a difference maybe 6-8 meters, something like that. So it's definitely nothing to joke around with. And you basically, like, a lot of entire neighborhoods in Kingston upon Hull used to be flooded. Let me show you if I can. I'll show you some photos now. So it wasn't nice, and probably that's why they're investing so many millions, maybe billions of pounds in these flood defenses, you know, building like another high wall to protect from the storm surges. So at least they're doing something, yeah. Good job, government of UK or whoever's doing that, the environmental agency. Even if the works go extremely slow, you could have, you know, pushed the guys a little bit to work, because most days they're just idling around. One guy, maybe two guys working on the riverfront there in Hull, especially, you know, in Victoria Dock. we moved there like almost 3 years ago, and they've been working on that little bit of stretch of the riverfront for 2.5 years now. So nobody could go on the riverfront for 2.5 years because they're building like a 1 meter wall, something like that. It's beyond me. I'm no engineer, but I know it definitely doesn't take that long to build that wall. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, at least they are doing something about it. In my country, in Romania, you get the same floods, you know. In some areas you get like severe drought in the summer, and then in the winter, and especially springtime, when the snow melts, you get like severe floods. And it's always the same story, you know, people complaining that their houses got swept away, or cars, whatever, pigs, animals, and they never do anything about it. They'll just say, ah, okay, so, you know, take some money, rebuild your house, blah blah blah, but they never bother to build like, you know, walls or dikes or anything like that. So, you know, that's why one of the many reasons that Romanians leave Romania basically, because of stuff like that. Anyway, let's just finish our walk here, and I got one more nice place to show you before we end this episode. Hey guys, so unfortunately our last stop, the one that I wanted to show you, was like this really beautiful pub here, which unfortunately is closed due to some unknown reason, though it says according to this should be open now. But what to do, really shame. This was probably my favorite spot to drink beer here in Hull. If I knew, I would have brought a beer with me, so I can stay here at this table and enjoy this nice view here. Really beautiful. So, what do you think? Is this the best spot to have a pint of beer and enjoy the view, or not? In the Hull area, because yeah, technically it's in Hessel, but anyway, yeah, best view of the Humber Bridge is from that table there, enjoying with a beer, or any of these other tables. It looks like they got a big terrace here, so it would not have been a problem with the COVID and everything, pandemic. Well, what to do? A shame, really. So anyway, I think in this case I'll just go home. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you know any other nice places here in Yorkshire, let me know. I'll do my best to visit them all, because I'm a really big fan of traveling and enjoying seeing nice places, exploring. And if you did like this video, please do click the like button, it really helps me a lot. And if you like to see more content from us and from the UK, you can subscribe to the channel. So I think that'll be it. I hope you enjoyed, guys. I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.